Hey YouTube, it's Dusk. Okay, now I'm going to give you some speculations for the second block of Kaijudo and what I believe might be in the third block. Now, if you're wondering what a block is, Wizards of the Coast has essentially used that term to define sets of 3 boosters. Our first block involved Rise of the Duel Masters, which essentially started us with the game with a very nice 135 card pool. Right now there is no way you can make a good deck without cards from this set. Then they gave us Evo Fury, a 60 card pool, which introduced evolution creatures, and a couple months from now, we're getting Dragon Striking Furnace, which brings in dragons from every civ and lets all chaos break loose, which is essentially supposed to be the bridge between seasons 1 and 2 of the show. I'm not counting Dojo because 55 cards out of that 60 card set were in Rise of the Duel Masters, and that set's been out for a while now. So if you want the 4 relevant exclusive cards from that, I personally don't like Bat Breath, Scare Adorable. I see way too many other chimeras I can use for that. And I just don't have any, so maybe that's where my bias comes from. Yeah, those you can just order online or trade, whatever. Now, moving on to the matter at hand. For the second block, it has been confirmed we are getting multi-civ creatures. These are creatures with 2 or more civilizations. And more than likely 2 or more races, like how Tetsurion always has Armor Dragon and Beastskin. That said, I probably don't have to say this, but Tetsurion's probably going to be our Fire Nature super rare for this one. This is a picture of the multi-civ creature we got that Wizards of the Coast decided to show us. It's a Water Darkness. There's literally no other information given to us besides clearly what a multi-civ's civilization and level space on the upper left looks like. But judging by the looks of things, I'm going to guess it's a liquid person, or rather, I'm sorry, I'm still thinking Duel Master terms, an Aquan / either Spectre or Dark Lord. Definitely one of those. How these guys work. First off, you need every civilization that makes up the card unlocked in your mana zone before you can summon it. And if you put this in the mana zone, it goes in the mana zone tapped. That said, quick strategy idea, which you guys have probably already thought of, but just in case. First turn, if you have one of these things in your hand, you might want to put it into mana immediately. Unlock 2 civs at once, especially if you're running a 3 or more civ deck, because then, turn 2, you can just put the other civ you don't have in your mana zone into your mana, and boom, you have access to almost, if not all, of your deck. So, yeah, that should help. For the first pack of that set, we are, or at least I'm expecting, the allied civilizations, meaning one for, as you just saw, Water Darkness, one for Fire Nature, which is probably going to be Tetsurion, one for Light Nature, one for Light Water, and one for Darkness Fire. Those are probably going to be our super rares from that set. For the second set of the block, I'm expecting the opposed civilizations. So that would be Fire Water, Nature Water, Fire Light, Nature Darkness, and Darkness Light. Creatures that have those multi-civs. Now, back in the original Duel Masters, you had crazy cards like this. Tag Tap the Retaliator. The race you see up there, Spirit Courts, that is a race unique to, whether it was unique to multi-civ creatures in the old game. That will probably still be a factor. If this guy looks familiar to you, you probably played the Kaijudo Online game on their website. It was this little guy. He seems to act as an advisor, if not servant, to Lord Skycrusher, So yeah, a little mix match of the media right there. So he, if not Tats, will either A, get, and we're probably going to get both Tatsurion and this as multi-civ creatures for Fire Nature in the first set, just because this guy was revealed. But yeah, normally your standard level 2, let's move back to the card. Normally your standard level 2 vanilla 2000 creature has, well, just that, 2000 power. If it's a dual, or if it's a multi-civ with more than likely 2 civilizations, that level 2 creature will have 4000 power. Multi-civs are ridiculously powerful. End of story there. This one has a crazy effect where, and it's probably not going to be his effect in the game if he comes out to Kaijudo, but just so you know what he did, he gets 1000 power for each water creature in the opponent's manas. Wow, that's horribly broken. That will that's a, oh wow. Anyway, and if he has 6,000 or more, he has Double Breaker. Yeah, I'll just play someone who will put one or two water cards in their mana zone, bring out a couple essence cells, have a grand old time. Other multi-civs we might see, besides Tag Tap, Tatsurion, and whatever that awesome Water Dark one was. If you guys remember Homunculon from the TV show, he's been shown on the Kaijudo main website to be a light nature, so he might be the light nature we were expecting. There's also one on the main website under their Kaijudo library. I don't exactly know how to get to there to tell you by voice, so you'll have to fiddle around with their website a little. It's a picture of this little like eggplant thing called Bloodsucker Plant. I've actually tried for like a day now to get that photo while I was getting all the photos for these speculation videos I'm showing today. I cannot. I for the life of me cannot get a photo of that thing. It's on the website, but I cannot copy it from the website. So, but yeah, that's a nature darkness creature, and probably the one of the super rares we would get, if not just a multi-civ we would get in the second set of that block. Let's see here. Do I have anything else for multi-civs? Nope, that's all my speculation for right now. If you guys have any ideas for that, cool. Leave it in the comments below. Now let's see if I can speed through this one. My theories for the third block is a mechanic in the old Duel Masters that was called cross gear. Here's a well, first let me tell you what cross gear does. You tap. Here's a cross gear right here. It's called Powered Stallion. Please note, in the original Duel Masters, they stopped production in 2006, like 2 boosters away from this mechanic coming out. What you do is tap 3 for this one, summon it. It's on the battle zone, but it has no power, so it can't attack. How does it work? Zero has told me that this is how something called artifacts work in Magic, but essentially you would have to tap 3 again to put this card under one of your creatures, and then that creature would gain its effects, which in this case would be that it would double the creature's power. If that creature reached 6,000 power or more, it would get Double Breaker, and if it reached 15,000 or more, it would get Triple Breaker instead. Quite broken, and even more so the fact that if an evolution, you know how evolution creatures, wherever they go, they take cards with them? Whether it be a normal creature or an evolution creature, this does not matter. That card will stay on the board, and you can, for this one, tap 3 again to put it onto someone else. You could put it onto someone else even if it's still attached to the guy. So, yeah, it's just give the effects to whoever you need. I'm guessing that might be the first booster pack of the third block, and then somewhere down the second or third booster pack, we might get this mechanic that was called, the second booster pack, I expect of that block, a mechanic called Accelerator, which, if said creature that had an Accelerator ability had a cross gear on it, it would also gain their accelerator ability on top of that. Now, in Duel Masters, there was only one creature to have this ability. It was a water one, but it was called Super Accelerator. And what it would do is give that creature an ability whenever any of your creatures had a cross gear. In his case, he was level 5 water, 3,000 plus, but when any of your creatures had a cross gear on him or another one, he would get an extra 3,000 and Double Breaker. So you just keep giving creatures a cross gear and he just keep getting stronger and stronger. Now, why do I think that we might get cross gear this time around? We have 5 items in the show that would make great cross gears already. They are the civilization artifacts that the Choten spent all that time collecting. They are as follows if you have not watched the show. The Sword of Fiery Cataclysm. If you want a better picture, please look at the Lord Skycrusher trading card. That's for the Fire Civilization. For Water, the Helm of Ultimate Technology. For Nature, the Shield of Unity. For Darkness, the Cloak of Dark Illusion. And for Light, the Heart of Light. In the show, these could be used to control any creature from their respective civilizations. Of course, dual-type creatures, or rather creatures like Tetsuran, who are not only fire, but also nature, were able to resist the fire artifact simply because of his nature half. So, if we get these as cards, I'm curious to see what they would do. As I was saying with the second block, what do you guys think? Leave your speculations below, and let's see if we can't predict how the game progresses from now. That's all I've got for my speculations, however, so I will see you guys later. I'm going to have to start putting together my new segments. Bye-bye.